My child, a breakup can feel like a relentless storm, a powerful upheaval that tears apart the very fabric of your reality. When that person, the one you invested every ounce of energy into, decides to walk away, especially for someone else, it's like the ground falls from beneath you. The sense of loss is staggering. Your world, once filled with vibrant colors, fades into shades of gray, and the core of your being seems to vanish. This is the raw, suffocating truth that many have faced. In our youth, love casts a hypnotic spell. We become ensnared in the fantasy that our destined partner will be our side forever, ignoring the hard truths that loom over us like storm clouds. We daydream about cosmic connections and soulmates, but when reality hits, those daydreams shatter. When the person you believed would always be there turns their back, questions flood your mind. Why didn't it work out? What went wrong? The disillusionment leaves us grappling with our shattered hopes, wondering why the magic of love faded without warning. In the aftermath, many men fall into the trap of blame. It's easier to point fingers at the woman who left, casting her as the villain in the story of heartbreak. Anger swells and we cling to those feelings, hoping for karma to intervene. The thoughts spiral. I hate you for what you did to me. But that rage often morphs into self-pity, numbing the pain with substances, seeking solace in temporary distractions. This cycle is a pitiful dance, one where we forget the real lessons that come from loss. Let's strip away the romantic illusions. The truth is, love is not some fairy tale. It has conditions. If love were truly unconditional, would the most desirable person choose to stay with someone who has nothing to offer? Would a stunning model find fulfillment with someone who is physically or financially inadequate? Love at its core hinges on what one brings to the table, not just who one is. Take a moment to consider this. The essence of love is driven by attraction and respect, both of which can vanish if those core attributes shift. When relationships falter, it's often due to the failure to uphold these expectations. In many cases, the dynamics of gender roles plays a crucial role in this deterioration. Traditionally, a man's role in a relationship encompasses leadership, protection, and provision. A woman's role is typically centered around support, nurturing, and following. When these roles shift, when a woman who was once vibrant and nurturing becomes indifferent and demanding, or when a man who was once driven and ambitious becomes complacent and uninspired, respect dissipates. The relationship, once rooted in admiration, faces inevitable decline. Consider this. If a woman initially attracted to a man's confidence and strength sees him crumble into a shell of his former self, lazy, insecure, and stagnant, why would she choose to stay? It's a bitter reality, but it is one grounded in nature. Just as men are drawn to women who embody qualities they desire, women also seek men who can fulfill their needs for security and strength. This imbalance does not stem from a lack of loyalty, it emerges from the inherent expectations tied to gender roles. It's essential to recognize that women expect men to fulfill their roles, just as men expect women to fulfill theirs. If one partner fails to do so, the very foundation of the relationship begins to crumble. Now, some might argue that love should withstand any test. Isn't it unfair that a woman might leave because a man no longer meets her expectations? Here's the reality. Relationships are not governed by fairy tales. The world operates on a different set of rules, where one's ability to provide and protect is scrutinized. Women have a finite window to choose a partner capable of building a life together. If a man isn't fulfilling his roles, the biological clock and survival instincts kick in, driving her toward the door. You may feel anger brewing within you, and that's entirely normal. It's a reaction to confronting the uncomfortable truths that challenge the narratives we have been taught. But succumbing to a victim mentality, to a mindset of self-loathing, only fosters resentment toward women. Instead of hurling insults and wishing ill, recognize that both genders have specific roles that complement each other beautifully. Men and women are meant to thrive together, balancing each other's strengths and weaknesses. However, societal pressures have distorted these roles, leading to confusion and dysfunction. Women have been encouraged to adopt masculine traits, often at the cost of their femininity. Meanwhile, men are increasingly chastised for displaying traits that define them as strong, leaving them vulnerable and insecure. This reversal wreaks havoc on relationships, creating an environment where both partners suffer. Women inadvertently become the men they once sought, while men lose their masculine identity and suffer ridicule for their perceived weakness. The journey back to harmony requires both partners to prioritize personal growth before seeking to uplift one another. In this modern landscape, reclaiming your masculinity is essential. Cultivate the attributes that make you the man worthy of admiration and respect. Focus on self-improvement and refuse to settle for complacency. A relationship thrives on mutual respect, attraction, and fulfilling the roles that nature intended. In the end, understanding the dynamics of relationships can empower you. Instead of blaming others for your heartbreak, take charge of your own growth. Transform pain into motivation, emerge stronger, and learn to foster the qualities that will not only attract the right partner, but also create a bond rooted in mutual respect and admiration. To dive deeper into intriguing topics like this, click here to watch more and wake up.